Somesh, are you ready for some Q&A?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll ask you the questions, Somesh, and you can then answer. So Ankit says that you had mentioned about middle layer, NBFCs. So some 440 NBFCs you had mentioned. Ankit's question is, does this 440 include the housing finance companies also?
Right. Covered.
Covered. Okay. All right.
HFCs are covered.
Sorry. Somesh, you broke up. Can you come again?
HFC is covered.
HFCs are covered in the middle layer 440 number. All right. Now, Pratik asks, can company buy and sell shares of listed company and do trading in options or futures without having an NBFC registration?
Can you repeat?
Can a company buy and sell shares of listed companies and do trading in options or futures without having NBFC registrations?
Buying and selling of shares is an investment activity, including options and trading.
Right.
Will be covered as a investment activity, but the options are not the contract. And even in my past experiences, I tried to launch one loan product for one of my friend, and I said that options trading or funding against them or like that activity cannot be considered as a financial activities, because these contracts are not the contract or I mean these are based on future dates, which are not can be considered as right ones. But there is a second angle also in it. In SPAs, share purchase agreements, such kind of clauses are there. There is an eligibility and viability and enforceability as per the latest legal judgments, as per my knowledge. But in this kind of activity, I don't feel that this should be covered under NBFC.
But would the 50% criteria of assets and income not apply to investment in shares? If a company is more than 50% assets and income is through investing in shares, would it not then come under that definition?
The investment, that first part will come, first pillar will come, but option and trading, that is something not the contracts.
Understood.
In my view,
Understood.
RBI will object.
Okay. Rajesh Kumar says, what is FIU and FinGate registration? Whether these registrations are mandatory for all NBFCs?
Financial Intelligence Unit is constituted in 2004, Chanakyapuri. There is only one office in India, and in every country, I believe there is a one office. These FIUs coordinate with each other to share, to disseminate, and to report any of the cash transactions, suspicious transaction, and each and every FIU can take information against any person or the entity from any other FIU also, including in FIU, a registration required for the NBFCs, and the practicing professionals also need to register.
Okay, understand. Now Satya says, please clarify whether KFS, that means key fact statements, to be maintained for NBFC base layer with asset size less than rupees 100 crore.
If they are in digital lending, then should be either 10 crore also. If they are started digital lending, you should implement it, sir. This is a minimum requirement.
Right. Now, another question again, kindly describe about policies to be followed by base layer NBFC with asset size less than 100 crore.
For them, one policy, very simple, fair practice code, plus you have to follow grievance redressal mechanism, plus income recognition, asset classification, and provisioning norm that we discussed a lot today. Number 4, if you have a collection policy or code of conduct for the collections also. And number 5, being if you are corporate governance policies with you. These 5-6 are minimum policies, but policies you can incorporate from IT side also, be at least business continuity plan or business impact analysis. That should be the minimum.
Right. Krishna says 50-50 criteria is and criteria or criteria. That is, a company will be considered NBFC
And
only when both the conditions are satisfied or only one of the condition is satisfied.
both the conditions, sir.
Both the conditions. Yes. Now, is it justified that a company merely fulfilling the criteria of 50-50 be treated as an NBFC?
That's why I said that once you have fulfilled the criteria, notice will come from the RBI through ROC. ROC will forward to RBI. RBI will forward to the company that it seems you are NBFC. Please suggest what you want to do.
The question is actually more like on your opinion or judgment that is it a fair requirement or is it too much onerous?
No, it's a fair requirement. So it's an like see, no, this is not a requirement of this NBFCs. It is a requirement in insurance broking corporate agencies also. If you are doing more than 50% of an intermediation business, then you will be called as an insurance broker also. So it's a uniform for all the sectors.
Right, right. Okay. Since when has the NPA classification moved to 90 days? Earlier it was 180 days.
This is a still for the if you see the I will give you the practical scenario. NBFCs require fund from the banks or fund from the private equity players, so that basis of that fund that can be invested or given to the further person. So practically if you will approach the bank or the PE players for your funding rounds, so they will say that you have to follow 90%, 90 days criteria only. And similarly leverage ratio is 1:7 written in the law. Means 1 rupee you can count for yours and 7 you can as a debt, but practically 1:25 chalta as per bank practices. So I have told you what is currently applicable in the market and or
Right.
currently prevailing in the market.
Right, right. Okay, Pradeep says, what happens if a group holding company having investment in various group companies exceed 100 crore and that holding company has not obtained registration as systematically important core investment company?
Then you check whether 100 crore is invested in for on the basis of public fund. Just classify and tell the justify to RBI that there is no public fund, 100 crore is mine in my companies only. Can you further relax it? So they will consider it in my past experiences.
Okay. But otherwise, if it exceeds 100 crore, the company is supposed to seek registration normally.
Yes, if public funds like 100 crore you have invested and you have taken through some public issue and then you invested in your company, then obviously you will be the liable for
No, even if
answering.
it's not the public fund, even if it's the own company funds, but still if the investment exceeds 100 crore, then the registration is required, right?
No, there is an ambiguity, still ambiguity. That's why I'm saying that public fund is again the criteria. Uh, some means there is there will be in short, I will say that you just can say that there's no public funds, and I still expect for the exemptions. So as per my past experiences, they can give up to the 500 crores also, but a
Understood.
case to case basis.
Right. Now, Ankit says how to calculate change in management 30% within a financial year or at one go. Likewise, for control of 26%. I mean, how to calculate this change in percentage? Is it like in one go or is it opening, like how to, on which date do you consider, etc.?
Progressive change, like 17th October 2 directors, 18th October 4 directors, so 100% change. You take an approval October in December, again in January you want to onboard another 4 directors, so 4 plus 4 again 100% change, then apply for the approvals. So it's a continuous progressive change.
All right. In case of a MFI NBFC, whether agents appointed by a outsourcing party in the name of MBCs for collection of dues from borrowers required to have a DRS certificate? If yes, under which clause and act? It's a very technical question by Nivedita.
Can you repeat it?
It's a slightly longish question also.
No,
In
no.
case of a MFI NBFC, microfinance
Mhm.
institution, whether agents appointed by outsourcing party in the name
Mhm.
of MBCs for collection of dues from borrowers required to have a DRS certificate? If yes, under which clause and act?
That I will also, you
Yeah,
have
sure.
specifically asked.
Yeah, it's a
But
very technical question. Nivedita, come to eMinds Legal for a legal opinion. It seems to be a very specific problem area. So you can connect with me and message me on LinkedIn, and I'll connect you to eMinds Legal, which is a corporate law firm, and maybe we can help you. The lawyers and the company secretaries can help you for the legal opinion if required. Sumesh is anyways in job, so he can't offer any legal opinion for payment. Okay. Whether co-lending guideline as per RBI also applies to co-lending arrangement between two NBFCs?
That apply. That apply. Even for between bank and NBFC also, in my past experiences, like in Home Credit, we have tied up with Aditya Birla, we have tied up with Karur Vaishya Bank. So NBFC to NBFC and NBFC to bank, and still it can be doable. So that is that guidelines always taken as a base only for the co-lending.
Understand.
Welcome to COMPLINITY Technologies. COMPLINITY is India's leading governance, risk and compliance software helping companies to manage their compliance, contracts, litigation, legal updates, inter-financial controls and more. COMPLINITY is a one-stop shop for all GRC needs. With our proprietary 12 GRC modules and real-time legal updates on 2,000 plus laws and 24,000 plus compliances, all in an integrated platform that is easy to use with automated alerts and risk management capabilities, is why compliance managers, general counsels and chief financial officers choose COMPLINITY every time. Join the most innovative and prestigious brands that use COMPLINITY. Automating your compliance management. Request a demo at complinity.com.